Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us for tonight's edition of HR Mentorship Learning Series. My name is Oluyemi Adeosun, and tonight we'll be looking at the topic AI in HR, risk or opportunities for the Nigerian workforce. Our facilitator for tonight is Ujunwa Somtochukwu, and this is our first time on this prestigious platform. We're excited to have her. And I'll quickly read our profile. Ujunwa Somtochukwu is a strategic HR business entrepreneur and transformational leader with over 15 years of progressive experience across diverse industries, including manufacturing, information technology, digital payment, oil and gas, real estate, transportation, and mining. Ladies and gentlemen, she's known for her grace, grit, and groundedness. Ujunwa has spent her career aligning people, culture, and systems, culture and systems to help organizations grow, not just for profit, but also in alignment with their purpose. Our expertise lies in organizational design and restructuring, digital HR transformation, performance optimization, and change management. Ladies and gentlemen, currently she serves as the country HR business partner and head of administration at GESEC Devrant, Nigeria. She has led key regional transformations that have reduced cost, elevated engagement, and built leadership capacities. Ladies and gentlemen, she holds degrees from University of Nsukka, Nigeria, where she has a bachelor's in economics, and also she has a master's in human resource management from the University of Derby, UK, and she has executive certifications from Harvard Business School, Techidia Institute, and the University of Maryland. Professionally, she holds membership and certifications with Charter Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria, Human Resource Certification Institute, Nigerian Institute of Training and Development, CIPD UK, and lots more. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking to us on the topic AI in HR, risk or opportunities for the Nigerian workforce, I present to us Ujunwa Somtochukwu. You have the floor.
Good evening, everyone. I hope we had a good day. Okay, today we are going to look at what I believe is the most important conversation we'll have this year about the future of our profession. Today we are tackling a subject that is not just a buzzword. We are tackling a subject that is powerful. It's actively shaping our profession, artificial intelligence. We'll explore this from a unique perspective, Nigerian perspective to be precise, asking crucial questions. Is AI a risk to our workforce, or is it the greatest opportunity yet? The question isn't academic, it's practical, it's urgent, and will determine how we position ourselves and our organization in the next decade. As HR professionals, we stand at a crossroad. It's either we are passive about the technological changes, or we are active architects of how we use AI to transform our field. Today, I just want to convince you that the latter is not just possible, but essential. All right, what are we looking at today? We are going to, in the next 1 hour, we are going to understand how the status of AI currently in Nigeria. It's a reality check that is crucial because it shows, It's a reality check that is crucial because it shows us how this is challenging and how we are better positioned to make use of AI in our different organizations. Then we'll confront the elephant in the room, the risk. And this time, when looking at the risk, I will not sugarcoat it. There are real concerns about AI in HR, and we need to address them heads on before we move forward constructively. We'll look into 3 risks, majorly job displacement, algorithmic bias, and data privacy concerns. And then we move into the opportunities. We have HR presents to us as HR, AI presents presents to us as HR professionals. Before the final slides, which would be a call to action on how we can use AI ethically. All right, the first slide, the second slide, the reality check of AI in Nigeria. Let me say this. AI is no longer a science or a fiction. It's happening in Nigerian businesses today. From banks using chatbots to address customer services or e-payment platform, personalizing shopping experience, AI is already part of our business landscape. But the interesting part is, according to SHRM, 88% of global companies are using AI in their HR functions. But in Nigeria, only 30% of Nigerian organizations have integrated the tools. Now, to us, this might be a problem, but personally, I see it differently because it represents a gap. It represents not just a gap, but a window of opportunity. Let's think about it. In as much as we are 30%, only 30% of Nigerian organizations are using it, it's another avenue for us to learn from the mistakes of who are way ahead of us and correct the mistakes so we can use this AI, use it ethically, responsibly. So the question is that we must answer is whether AI will be a threat to our job or a tool for us to be efficient and improve our employee engagement. Before I proceed, I would like us to put on a chat box. Okay, I can't even see the chat box because I'm sharing my screen and I'm using one screen. But within yourself, I would want you to rate your organizations between of 1 to 5, where your organization is on the adoption of AI. While at that, let's look at the risk of AI in HR. The first one is job displacement and redundancy. Let's address the concerns that are likely on everyone's mind. I believe in confronting challenges directly because only by understanding and respecting the potential downsides of AI can we harness its power effectively. There are 3 major risks we need to discuss. The first one is this job displacement. All right. The fear of being displaced by a machine is real, and in a country where our unique demographic and economic landscape is huge, we cannot ignore this concern. There has a large youth population and the existing unemployment challenges, making the fear of job displacement a significant national concern. The automation of routine tasks like data entry, payroll processing, initial screening of CV is not possibility, it's now inevitable because the AI tools we have at hand are currently doing it. And these are exactly the kind of repetitive rule-based tasks that AI excels at. When we adopt AI tools that are not designed for our local content in mind, we risk making our scenario worse. Therefore, we must look at the mitigation ways we can mitigate job displacement in HR. All right. The key is not to resist automation, but to prepare our people for it. International Finance Corporation is of the opinion that in 2030, 230 jobs would require digital skills. So we need to do 3 things to mitigate job placement. The first one would be skilling and skilling. We need to invest heavily on our. We need to invest heavily on software. The second one would be redefining roles. We don't eliminate them. Someone that is a payroll clerk with AI can be a compensation and benefits analyst. And someone that is an HR assistant can go ahead to become an employee experience specialist. How? When we let them know, when we upskill them and skill them to the level that they know, use critical thinking and analytic skills to complement the use of it. This is where long life lives in. We are no longer in the era of learning one particular skill in software to use it from time to forever. This period, what we are in is, so we keep our learning on course, because the use of AI, when one is coming, and another thing is pushing it, is it's dynamic, and we need to just keep learning to meet up with the speed of AI. Yes. The second one is what I call algorithmic bias. Bias is that is as a result of algorithm. Last 2 months, I was reading on internet and I found out, I read that a particular organization noticed that during interviews, only men are scheduled, are being shortlisted for interview. It then further investigation reviews that because it's a male-dominated company, that's engineering company, that people, it has what do I call it? It has a precedent of selecting male because it's a male-dominated, because that is the model that was used to train the AI. And because AI has learned that model, unknown, because there is no human in the loop, the AI is now it's now screening the ladies out. Only the males are coming in. So what I say, there is perhaps the most using AI. That AI that are trained in Europe or are trained in US, we risk not understanding the Nigerian, it's risk not understanding the Nigerian names, schools or culture nuisance. And this is a direct threat to our diversity and inclusion as an organization. This is not just a technical problem, it's a social justice issue. If AI is not properly managed, it can amplify existing human biases in hiring, promotion, and performance management. They can systematically exclude candidates based on facts that has nothing to do with their abilities to do the job. Therefore, an imported AI, it's a problem. Most AI systems are trained with Western data, leading to cultural and linguistic mismatches, and can unfairly exclude qualified Nigerian candidates. An AI system might flag a candidate as risky simply because it doesn't recognize their university or it misinterprets their name. How then do we mitigate this risk? The first is that we must advocate for localized AI solutions. Spot AI systems are being trained on data and understand the context of Nigerian cultural and ethical that international vendors should adapt their systems on conduct regular audits. We need to continuously review the outcome of our AI tools to ensure that they are fair, they are equitable, and data privacy. The next risk is data privacy. Sorry. All right. Last week, I was speaking to my AI coach, and she's of you because I'm HR professional to let me know that would you see your people are now sharing company information on the internet. It's all over. Does it mean that I'm not teaching my people on to HR professionals on how to use data, on how to use AI ethically? I'm not doing a good job because she's my AI coach. What am I trying to say? I double up as data privacy, and I take this particular risk to heart. With great data, so long as AI is concerned with great data, comes more great responsibility. AI in HR systems handle vast data, sensitive one at that, from personal information, performance record, salary details, health information, and this becomes the prime target for cybercrime and attacks, and it raises serious concerns or serious data privacy concern. As HR managers, we must not just morally we are not just morally obligated to protect our data. We are legally required to do so under the Nigerian Data Protection Regulation. A data breach can come with severe legal, financial, and reputable consequences for our organization. This is not the era where we can afford to cut corners or take shortcuts. How do we then manage this risk of or mitigate this risk of data privacy? First and foremost is that we need a robust data governance that clearly defines who have access to our data privacy and why. Not everyone in organization needs access to all employees' information, and we need systems that enforces this boundary. Secondly, ensure NDPR compliance. This is not optional, it is mandatory. We need to work closely with our IT and legal teams to ensure that AI tools are compliant from day one. This includes understanding how data is stored, how it's processed, how it's shared, and how it's deleted. All our data privacy or DPR policies or contracts or agreements must cover these three things: how it's shared, how it's processed, how it's deleted, and who accesses it, and how it's stored. And then the last one is be transparent with employees and communicate to them what we use their data for. I'm going to take a step backwards, and for the purpose of my colleagues that are in organizations that don't use softwares or any AI tools, most of the times we find ourselves using different AI tools to find out information, and we risk sharing company information or organization data, be it salary or health related information just because we want to use AI to analyze it. In this kind of scenario, I preach two things. Have your staff code, especially when you want to use your chat AI to run data analysis. Have a session of where your staff code, staff ID is, and have your own staff ID, removing every details of the employee, their names or their roles, just your own ID that cannot be traced to anybody. If your organization don't have any software or you want to use AI, that is if you want to use all these online AI to do your reports, make sure that no number, no employee staff code or no information can be traced to your organization by removing all those sensitive data. All right. Now let's look at the opportunities that AI presents to us as HR professionals, having looked at the problems. We'll focus on, there are so many areas AI is helping HR, or better put, there are so many opportunities in AI, in the use of AI in HR, but I'm going to limit it to 3 core ones that indirectly affects other core functions of HR for the sake of time. But towards the end of the session, you're free to ask questions of other areas or other opportunities for the use of AI in HR core functions. The 3 areas I'm going to focus on is the first, supercharging recruitment and talent acquisition. The second, creating a personalized employee experience. And the third one, shifting HR from administrative to strategic whatever routine. While addressing these areas, I'm going to look at how we can ethically implement them without exposing ourselves to the risk we mentioned earlier. Let's look at CV supercharging recruitment. Imagine launching a graduate, recruitment drive, and within seconds, you can screen out 10,000 CVs and come up with the top 1% of the top applicants instantly. And that is to show you what AI can do. The automation capacity capabilities of AI is not just aside the automation, the speed at which it processes AI CVs is top notch. AI can screen thousands of CVs in minutes, saving countless hours and drastically reducing the time to hire. But it's not just about the speed, it's about the quality. AI can analyze patterns in successful hire to identify the characteristics that predict success in your organization. The likes of Seamless HR and other Nigerian tech HR companies are already seeing the transformation, and they have reported that 80% of HR leaders in Nigeria are planning to invest in recruitment automation within the next 2 years. Nonetheless, we ask ourselves, how then do we implement it? We all hear about ATS, applicant tracking system. But this time around is AI powered. That's the first one. The second one is we can deploy AI chatbots for candidate engagement that will be available 24/7 on our career page, answering questions, guiding candidates through the application process, and even conducting the initial screening interviews. This improves the candidate experience while reducing the workload on our HR team. And the third one is that we can leverage on predictive AI. Predictive AI analytics refers to having AI that you can use the current data and the past data to predict the future needs of workforce. So by analyzing the data from the past, AI can identify the key indicators of our success in our organizations. And this will help us make informed hiring decisions and reduce the risk of bad hires. Next slide looks at the personalized experience, personalizing our employee experience. And this is where I enjoy AI the most. Gone are those days when one size fits all approaches or strategy works for HR. And instead, with AI, we can treat employees as individuals, providing them with customized support, development opportunities that increases engagement and retention. Let's look at ways we can personalize employee experience. The first one is onboarding, customized onboarding. AI-powered platform can guide new employees through their first week, ensuring smooth and engaging transition. So the very first time I used AI for onboarding, for this personalized onboarding, I had to use the JD, I had to use the employee's CV, I had to use the KPI to develop onboarding package for a finance that is entirely a senior accountant, develop employee engagement onboarding for sales, develop employee onboarding for junior accountants. And one thing in my organization, the difference was clear. For salespeople, the AI generated an onboarding that paid more attention to channel management, onboarding our distributors and onboarding vendors and business partners and customers on our platform, looking at the likes of data privacy, looking at the likes of contracts, how we manage our contract, the process of onboarding, and all the documents you need to look at, and then travel plans for salespeople that conduct all these events. It was personalized for sales. And then for finance, it provided an onboarding package that has to look at all the finance tools, all the accounting finance tools we use for our finance forecasting, procurement process, all those processes that has to do with finance. And then for junior finance, it removed two core accounting package that they are not available. So it's more or less like personalized. You don't need to keep repeating. It makes their experience. For this your role, this is what the tools you need, and this is the people and HODs that you need to be on you need to see within the first 2 weeks of your interview. And this is because I gave AI the JD, like I mentioned earlier, the candidate CV, and the candidate KPIs. The next point on how you can AI can help us personalize our employee experience is learning and development. AI can act as a career coach, recommending tailored training based on employee skills and goals. All right. Before the use of AI, I had to send reports after gathering towards the end of the year, after gathering all the performance management feedback, training needs, and blah, blah, blah. You still send them like my head HODs to get their information of where the employee, where their team members need to be trained. But with AI, right, I removed, then we haven't deployed factor, current e-learning platform. Removed all the personal information from performance reviews and performance feedback, and asked AI to provide training departments, recommend for this department, and recommend trainings for this department. Because I've improved my use of AI, I was able to create what we call minor trainings. It's more or less like 7 to 10 minutes training, between 5 minutes to 10 minutes training that employees can do while at work, and converted it, used HTML to convert it and made it a training, 10 minutes training on maybe office employee feedback. Yes, I remember doing for feedback. I remember doing for communication. I remember doing for team collaboration using just this 5 minutes, and use the HDMI to using AI to create this learning and development, personalize it for this department. The next opportunity that I see when it comes to employee experience is instant HR support, and this is majorly the use of AI chatbots to provide employees instant answers to their HR questions. They don't need to start opening the policies or start looking for where it's stored on the system or intra-portal, them to find out they're entitled to, or if there's any changes in, for us as a global organization, if there is any changes in your policy, they couldn't, or they never had time to check the intra-portal. With the use of AI chatbots, it gives them up-to-date information on all HR-related functions. Now, how do we implement it? Implementation strategy. We deploy HR chatbots for common queries about leave year, payroll, company policies. We invest on AI-powered learning and management system, and we use AI to analyze employee sentiments and proactively address employee morale. Of recent, let's see, I noticed that AI can read sentiments if only you key in the right prompts on the system. And that is to tell you the power of AI. Now, let's not forget the use of what I mentioned earlier on how to mitigate risk. We need for human to be on the loop. I normally use this term recommend when I'm using AI, and I take my time to review it. And when it comes to automation, after I review, I use it to automate. I'm not good with coding, but since the invention of AI, my coding skills has improved using non-coding language or little or no code languages. The third area we are going to look at as the opportunity is HR strategic functions. Or I mentioned earlier, automation of mundane tasks. It frees HR professionals to focus on the high impact strategic initiative. The second one is that HR provides data for the boardroom. AI-powered analytics that turns workforce data inside and gives HR the powerful strategic voice in executive decision. When HR can back up recommendation with hard data, of course, leaders listings, and then future workforce planning. Okay, there's this recommendation AI gave to me of recent in my organization, because in my organization, we deal with CBN. We manage everything that has to do with A to Z of currency. That is what we do in my organization, from printing, design, currency design, and the rest. And we have unique skills when it comes to our engineers. Our engineer skills are not rampant, so we have to do everything within our power to retain our employees and upskill them. So with the use of AI, with the invention of AI, our softwares, we are now moving most of our box, that is hard machines, to softwares. So there was need for us to upgrade our employees and our engineers. I used AI to find out ways I can do that. And trust me, we are currently implementing it. And that is where I will stop. So and that's because I'm talking of future ready workforce planning on how AI can use trends to predict future talent needs and identify top potential employees for succession planning. Implementation strategy. It's a call for us to embrace HR analytics platform with built-in AI capacities, develop data literacy across board, start small and scale up, begin with one process and then go ahead to automate the processes into from where it stops, from one stops and where one stops and the other one begins. And of course, you can see a dashboard of HR analytics on the screen. It's my nature to always end my session with call to action. And this is just 15 minutes to the end closing time. So I'll have time to answer any questions. So this is my call to action for us as HR professionals. Let's become long life learners. Let's stay committed on learning about new trends on AI and the development of HR technology. Let's champion human-centric approach, using AI to augment human connections, not replace it. Keep people at the center of HR. I have this, there's this trend that is on LinkedIn that is no longer trending, and I want to believe it's because of AI. That is my belief. You hear people say, bring back the H in HR, as in bring back the human in HR. And I strongly believe with AI, right, we can use it to automate administrative and repetitive tasks. And then we can focus on the human aspect, creativity, analytical thinking, empathy of HR. If only will be the loop between AI and implementation. So whatever it is AI is doing, put that human in it, because AI doesn't have emotions. The third point, call to my action, would be collaborate and share knowledge. Let's work as together as HR professionals to establish best practices for AI adoption in Nigeria. And most importantly, advocate for ethical use of AI. Be the voice in our organizations and ensure AI is used fairly and transparently. Just like Peter Drucker said, the best way to predict the future is to create it. And that's all from my side. Thank you for your patience and thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Ma. Excellent presentation. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's our time to contribute, chime in, ask questions around the subject matter. If you'd like to say a few words, please do raise your hands. Our facilitator is on ground to react, to respond accordingly. Thank you so much, ma'am. Can see most of our participants, using virtual appreciation and also sending in their appreciation in the chat box. Thank you so much. Very insightful contribution. Any thoughts, Uncle K? Any thoughts? Anyone wants to say anything? Let me see.
Lovely presentation. Lovely presentation. Thank you.
Okay. Madam Fire Williams, you have the floor, ma.
Thank you very much. Hello, Tallest. Good to see you there again. Good evening. And Madam Uju, thank you for such an insightful presentation. I was able to identify the risks that we were totally unaware of. The last management account I received, I just passed it through AI and asked it to summarize. Now I can see the folly in that a lot of company information, will be out there. So thank you for giving us that insight on the risks. So my question is to ask you to expatiate a bit on automation. For instance, if we have maybe a guideline how to book a training room, how can AI, help us automate so that the chore, that particular procedure becomes less cumbersome for the staff? If you can give us a few more tips on the automation process, how you prompt it, and what the output is like, I'll be very happy. Thank you.
All right. Before AI, I love automation. Not because I studied computer, but because I love testing my skills on science. So, but with AI, I can tell you how I've improved from then till now. Before, I would use Excel or PowerPoint or the likes of Visio, right, to design the workflow and submit to finance to IT people to design, to implement it on the system. Currently, I am automating our new procurement policy, and I don't know anything on SharePoint. I know a little on Power Automate. I had to go to use two options, two AI to do this. Now, I edited our procurement policy, removed our company name, and maybe used Uju International. Everything that has to do link us to the company, I removed it. I PDF'd it, changed it to PDF, and uploaded it on Manus AI and Studio AI Google Studio, and asked AI to act as a novice on the use of SharePoint to provide me with step-to-step on how I can automate the attached procurement policy and process. It took me from the right access I need on SharePoint and provided me with where I need to go to, how I can create the list. At the end, advise that I use Power Automate to link it to SharePoint. This particular one I started on Monday. I have a lot on my table. I have not concluded it. And I've used AI to design our mentorship flow, mentorship program, because I initiated it in MEA region and sent it to the MEA region IT team to implement, which will start running by October, 1st of October, automated, because we've been doing it manually. AI can give you the coding you need to copy and paste. You see, this learning, we normally wait for, what do we call it, for people, for e-learning platforms to deploy and the rest. We can use our intra-portal system to do a HDMI training using the feedback employees performance review to create a training, and use HTML to send it to all employees to take their training, and make it in such a way that employees would respond to questions after taking the training, free of charge, using AI. I don't know if I was able to answer your question, but it's all about uploading the policy, right? Uploading the process, removing all your company information on it, and ask AI to put you through as a novice on how to automate it. And if you don't have any software, or you don't have SharePoint, you don't have Office, Microsoft in your system, but if you have Workplace, and tell the AI to give you step-to-step on how you can automate it. I hope this helps.
Thank you. Please drop the name of the Manus, maybe if you can put it in the chat box so that I can get the spelling. Thank you. I got the AI Google Studio, but I didn't get the other one you mentioned. Thanks. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Okay, we'll move next to Stella and then subsequently to Ezekiel.
Hi, good evening. Thank you, Ujunwa. Sorry, I was trying to say Ujunwa. Thank you so much. I'm just thrilled by your learning agility. And thank God it's working. My question now is, I think I'm also facing the same challenge, but this is what I'm facing right now at the moment. I want, please give me a kind of advice how I can be able to, track our training attendance that happen across the plants, because it's a very big area. But one of the challenges I'm having is ability to have the trainings that happen across the plant departments tracked on time. So is there any way I can use AI to do that, whereby once the training happens, the people will be able to respond with their attendances? I'll be seeing it at the back end right from my desk. I've been having that on my head, but I've not been able to wrap out what I can be able to do. But while you were explaining now, I feel you might have something to share with me that will assist me do that. Thank you so much.
Yes. I'm not used. Can you please tell me which of the ERPs you're using in your organization? I'm used to Microsoft. Which of them are you using? Google Space or
Google.
package?
We're
Okay,
using
Google Space.
Google. We're using, yes.
Okay. There is something you can, if you have a paid version, you can automate your Excel form.
Okay.
If you have a paid version and use AI to do that. You know the normal Google Excel?
Yes.
Just like I said, either you use Google Studio, or I have a paid ChatGPT platform that I used to set security settings or behind to make sure that none of the office information leaks or whatever. And then we have our own office ChatGPT. And then you tell the AI, right, that you need to automate. Yes, Google Sheet, yes. You need to automate this
Google Sheet
in such a way that, yes, your Google Sheet, since you use Google Space, and if you have Google, you're using paid version of Google Workplace, right? It will give you AI enabled whatever. And the prompting you will put at the back end for every training, if you have the calendar, you link it to the calendar.
Yes.
It will just make it in such a way that it will trigger after that particular training for whoever that attend this training, which means you have to have the list of attendees. You need to have the date and time of the training and link it in such a way that you tell AI to give you the information on how you can trigger that request to tell them to kindly confirm this training has happened. If you need to get any training review after the session, you can put it on the question. It will automatically deploy either by 4 o'clock of that day or 5 p.m. when the training is done, if you know the timeline. By have a list, a column for the training dates, the training time, the list of people attending the training, and their email address, so it can equally send them mail. They will just tick the box, and your Google Sheets will pick all those information. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Please, can Microsoft also do this?
Yes, Microsoft can do that, and that is what I'm using. We have the likes of Power Automate, we have the likes of SharePoint, which I'm currently trying my hands on. Yes.
Okay, so fine. I'm using Google personal, but my office I use Microsoft, and we have SharePoint.
All right. You will need a particular right on SharePoint to be able to deploy whatever advice AI will give to you. Just tell the AI as a novice on this is what you want to do. Put you to step on how to implement that particular policy.
Okay. Right.
Yes.
And please too, if I can have your contact, I would like to discuss more on this with you. Thank you so much.
All right.
You will
Appreciate
pay,
it.
you go pay Ujunwa.
No wahala. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Ezekiel, you are next, sir.
Good evening, everyone, and good evening, Ujunwa. Thank you so much for this session. I really enjoyed learning from you. Just to confess, I've done some AI trainings, but you just brought out, you express a different perspective to the application of AI. So I must commend you for that. Thank you. So
Thank you.
my question is about AI, and I recently experienced something with AI that, if you notice, AI exaggerates a lot. So, for example, you put in a prompt, it tends to give you exaggerated responses. So, as an HR person, how do we manage the risk of AI assumptions to the results that we get to help us be a better strategic HR person? Thank you.
Okay, you know why I'm laughing? Have you ever asked AI about to reduce CVs for people that use AI to do their CV? It will package it in such a way that you myself, you'll be asking yourself, is this me? Hi, is this me? Lie. It makes you feel good. So there's this customized ChatGPT I created for people that are applying for jobs. I made it in such a way that there are some prompts I put behind that ChatGPT will tell you, sorry, you cannot apply for this role. However, you can apply for this role in the next 3 months if you do this and that. In the next 9 months, if you take your next 40 steps to do this, because of how I customized it. So whatever JD you put in it and put your CV, it will tell you whether or not you qualify for the job or not. So it will not be what I ordered versus what I got. You get a CV, and when the interview comes, you fail. And that is what my response to you would be. I use the customized ChatGPT, the paid version, I mean to say. And behind my settings, I told AI, keep it real. Use negative, as in say no where it's you must not answer the questions if you don't have it. And when you want to put it, you're not sure. Let me know. Because I use AI to do my slides, right? Because I have that. After presenting my slides and putting my products, it told me that, sorry, this information, this one are not verified because of how I set it up at the back end. Am I making sense?
Yes, you are. I'm enjoying it. Please continue.
So you have to set it up at the back end. Tell it to tell you the truth. And whenever it's providing information, if it cannot, it should let you know it cannot. And there is this habit of people saying, ask this. If you start like that, it can tell you the truth. But me, I automated mine from the back end, so I can guide my it won't bust my ego and make me humble. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Just on a lighter note, I was going to reach out to you privately to say, please share the AI prompt you use for this your slide, because it's so clean. It's so I was looking at it. I knew it was AI prompted, but I couldn't find any assumption, So thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All
God
right.
bless.
You're welcome. It's AI that I used. I'll share the prompt.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, AI is telling me that it is time for us to call it a wrap so that Madam Ujunwa can prepare for church for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday, and she needs to rest and do some other things. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been a beneficiary of the magnanimity, kindness, experience, exposure, sacrifice, diligence, and learnings of Ujunwa Somtochukwu. What we do to wrap up is just to unmute and thank her. Please don't use AI to thank her. Thank her. Let people thank her. Please.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you so very much, Miss Uju.
You.
So AI did not tell you his time.
Thank you.
Madam
Thank
Joa,
you.
thank you very much. God bless you so much. It is so insightful.
Very, very great.
God bless you.
Doc, I know she will come again.